G'day football fans and welcome back to episode 16 of Brentford 2 Big Time. Today we are taking on Wolves who, look, believe it or not, they're sort of a bit of a bogey side. I was going to say mortal enemy, but that's not quite it. The mortal enemy, probably Evan Ferguson if anything, because it's every time, just literally every time we play them, he scores at least one. Hoping to stop that today. Also, spoiler alert, there's going to be more seasons of this series because, spoiler alert, we didn't win the Champions League. Shocker. Anyway, before we get into it, make sure you do leave us that like down below, subscribe if you're new around here, comment what you think of the video, or the series, where we should go from here, if we should move on, blah, 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 blah. All of the things. Let me know. Let's get into it. So our first adventure in Europe has finished up. As you see on your screen here, we did qualify for the knockout round. We finished 19th in the group stage, ahead of Barcelona, Milan, Arsenal. I mean, we're pretty big time. We're pretty elite. So we won 4, lost 4, goal difference plus 3. I'm pretty happy with that. We went through the knockout phase. We ended up against Gladbach. Yes, that's right. In the last video, I did talk about Gladbach had offered us a job interview, and I declined it because I was like, you know what? I don't think it's enough of a step up to warrant leaving Brentford for, if that makes sense. They beat us. So they beat us 3-1 in the away leg. So the first leg ended 3-3. The second leg ended 3-1. It looks worse than it is. If we look at the match report, it was the 88th and 92nd minute that they did it. So it was 1-1 for, I mean, we were even anyway, for, what, 178 minutes of the tie? And then they scored 2. So I guess I was right in saying that it's not much of a step up. It's just also a little bit embarrassing that they beat us then, because I could definitely have been there. Anyway, moving on. Start off with a little bit of bad news, and we're on the profile here of Bryan Mbeumo, who I think his season's just about over. It was a little while ago now. It was on the 31st of January, which, as you can see here, a month and a half ago. Pretty damn annoying, especially that being like the day or so before the transfer deadline. I mean, and also we don't really have the squad room to replace him, so it's just sort of annoying that we've just lost him for that much time. He's already been out, as you see here, for 6 weeks. He's expected to be out for another up to 2 months. Not great, not loving it. After that absolute triumph away at the Camp Nou, things didn't go entirely to plan. So we've beaten Barcelona at the Camp Nou, of course, that last minute or late winner from Daichi Kamada. We then went away to Arsenal, where Arsenal us. Like, we didn't stand a chance. That was not exactly a game that I could say that we were in. 2-0, pretty good result, to be honest. We then hosted Roma, or Capitolini. Anyway, look at the stats. Yep, same story. The thing that's happened this entire season, we dominated 2.44 XG to 8. Like, I know I understand. I'm not a fan of XG. I'm not someone here who thinks that it's the be all and end all. But it definitely tells some version of a story, and well, we were in it. We were definitely in it, and quite possibly the best. 11 corners to 2, and we lost 1-0. One of their 3 shots on target. It gets worse though. The following fixture was against Brighton. I don't even want to talk about it. We missed a penalty in the 8th minute. We had 14 shots to their 2. One of their shots came at the very last minute. I don't know if we can't see that anywhere, but because it anyway. Oh, hang on. Here we go. As you can see from the XG chart above my head here, so they had 1 shot just before the end of the first half, scored it. And then they had 1 terrible shot right at the end here, a 0.2 on the XG chart. There's a shot from off target from João Basso all the way out here. Miffed. Following that Brighton result, we had Luton again in the. Luton beat us in the. Man, I'm losing my mind talking about some of the absolute rubbish. They beat us in the Carabao Cup. They then we drew away at Luton, 1-1. Rogerio it was an absolute screamer. Michael Olise in the 91st minute equalised. We then drew with Nottingham Forest, blew a 2-goal lead. You can see here Doniel Marlin got 2, Morgan Gibbs-White, and then Adam Armstrong. Then we had the 0-0 draw against Gladbach. Then against Luton again. We win in extra time, 118th minute this time. After they took the lead in the 90th minute. That was my toe, if you couldn't hear that. Anyway. They took the lead in the 90th minute. We equalised in the 92nd and then got the winner in the 118th minute, I should say. Then the Gladbach thing, which it is what it is. It's fine, man. Like, it's pretty annoying. It's fine. I wasn't expecting to do much in the Champions League. Then, so here against Nottingham Forest, we blew a 2-goal lead to get a draw. Daniel Marlin scores 2. We blow a 2-goal lead. And they get a 3rd. And we lose. And we're out of the FA Cup. So, you know, things are going well. February? Fantastic month. Really enjoyed it. Had a great, actually really enjoyed myself then. Yeah, very much. Very, very enjoyable. That's where things seem to turn around, and I sort of have a bit of a sneaking suspicion as to why they've turned around. I've changed something in the tactics. I'll show you in a tick. Before we go into that, though, we have a 3-1 win over Aston Villa. Goals from Elise, Ekkelenkamp, and Cherky. Cherky, who in the last video I was talking about not scoring enough goals. He's scored 4 since then. Legend. Absolute legend. So he gets 1. Ekkelenkamp, Elise, Andre Silva scores 1 for Aston Villa, but that doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Crystal Palace, we beat 3-0. Cherky again. Elise scoring against his old side, and then Daniel Marlin from the penalty spot before. We beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. Manchester United, of course, you know, it's them in game, so they're a bit better than they are, maybe. We win 4-3. We were up 4-1, and we did make it a lot closer than it needed to be, but they got the scoring underway after 6 minutes through Garnacho, who's playing striker for them and just got put through. Then we get a hat-trick from Ivan Toney, 1 for Daishi Kamada. Ricardo Horta gets 1 in the 72nd. I really struggled thinking then. And the 94th minute makes it look a bit closer than it maybe should have been or was. But at the end of the day, 3 from 3 in the month of 3? No, in the 3rd month. Wow. In the month of March. We then got Wolves away today. God, I wish here one of these was Evan Ferguson. I'm just scared. You know. So since you were last here, there has actually been 2 things I've sort of changed about the tactics. You're probably able to see them if you've been really paying attention, but last episode I actually talked about how I didn't like the Mazzalas, or Mazzala, because it ended up that he ran too close to the inside forward. Then we had that sort of, this run here, where we've scored just not enough goals. Like, I guess I see that we scored 3 in this game. Against Luton, like, we should be being better than that. Across this month, we probably should have performed better, especially in front of goal. And then if you look at these matches as well, these 2, I want goals, and we're not getting goals. So I changed it. What I changed it to, now we have 2 Mazzalas. This one, get all the way up, just get in there, score. That actually is where, maybe it was this one, Ekkelenkamp. That's where he's got his goal from. That was exactly when I changed it. He got up into the box, got himself on the end of a cross. Why are we looking there? This is where he should be. So we've got 2 Mazzalas now, because I want them to get forward, and because we've got these guys on defend. Like, we're not going to get caught out too much. The other thing I've changed, and it's very, very slight, is the ball playing defenders as the 2 centre backs. I did have them as stoppers, but if you read the description, which I can't hover over, the bottom line says that they will push ahead of the defensive line to close down players, and I think that's maybe why we were getting, you know, players rushing in behind us so often, and, you know, when other teams did get a chance, it was a good chance, you know, and then they were scoring a lot. So I've changed it to both of them being on defend, so that hopefully, in theory, they really do sit at the base of this this formation, and I mean, be central defenders, because basically we're trying to not lose more. Interesting one. I'm keeping my eye out. I've been talking a lot about, you know, where we go from here, what jobs we look at, that sort of thing. I am keeping my eye out, and one that is sort of like sticking out to me, and not necessarily, don't take this as me being, you know, ambitious and thinking of it, is Maurizio Sarri here at Barcelona. Firstly, they're in, I mean, you can't see his name. There we go. Maurizio Sarri here at Barcelona. They're in 7th, but his contract runs out this season. So at the end of this season, he runs out of his contract. the reason that that's of interest, firstly, if the job at Barcelona becomes available, I'm putting my hat in the ring. Why not? I don't think any Brentford fan would go, what's he doing? He should stay here. Because, why not? The more, I guess, pressing reason why it's interesting is that may then mean that other jobs become available. For example, it'd be really funny to see Zidane go to Barcelona, That means that the Chelsea job becomes available. What's another one? Guardiola might want it, so we might want to go to Milan. We might, Allegri, Juventus, It just opens up other possibilities for where we might go. Any other ones, I guess, potentially Klopp, and then we go to Liverpool. Who knows, It obviously depends very much on who gets the job. I mean, Nagelsmann might get it, and then we go to Bayern Munich. I don't know. I mean, obviously, a lot of those are very, very much ambitious, and, very much depend on, I guess, how we finish the season. Also, Xavi is at Brighton, and he's lost 4 on the trot and is insecure, which is not great for him. And it's not great that he would then be a bit... I'm not sure that Barcelona would get him back. Anyway, I'm talking way too much. Let's have a look at the squad. As for performances, because we have had a little bit of an upturn, we are starting to get a few more players who do have green in their average rating, which is always promising. Ivan Toney at the top of that, Kamada, Eklenkamp, and Buemo, unfortunately, and Jensen and Janelt. So Jensen actually having a very good season. His contract runs out this season, so I'm not renewing it. And what I'm thinking, and call me crazy, go for it. What I'm thinking, if we head back here, I think we're sort of holding Shirky back because we have Damsgaard. So because we have Damsgaard, we're not able... obviously you'd pick Damsgaard ahead of Shirky on the left-hand side. I think that means that Shirky is not progressing as much as he maybe could or should. And he's probably more of a goal threat than Damsgaard. Damsgaard's probably more of a creative threat. Obviously a very, very good player. You can see on the right-hand side of the screen here is won by Monaco. But what I'm getting to is I want to train him as a Mazzala. So if our Mazzala options are from next season, Eklenkamp, Kamada, Damsgaard, and another signing, because obviously we're losing both Norgard and Jensen, so we'll have 2 spots for midfield opening up. That would then mean that we move Damsgaard back into one of the midfield roles and purchase another left winger. So instead of having to purchase 2 midfielders to play Mazzala type roles, we'd be looking more at 1 midfielder, 1 winger, and probably a centre back next season, because obviously Ethan Pinnock, his contract's running out. Not that we've used him too much this season, but I just think if he goes, we get a good centre back. That sort of frees up Ayer and Godfrey to be the halfback more. Because at the moment they're both having to play a lot of centre back, basically, and that's just how I want it to work out. Anyway, let me know what you think. As for goals, of course, Ivan Toney with his hat-trick against United, he's up there with 19 goals, average rating of 7.17. He's absolutely sensational. He's just hit 30. 8 goals for Eklenkamp, Marlon, and Elise. Elise's starting to really absolutely run the show, but actually Marlon's only one highlight behind, 1 assist behind him. It says he's unhappy. I tried to sell him. At the end of January. Nobody actually came in with an offer. If he had gone, I was going to replace him with another striker. Obviously, at that point, we had just had those 2 games against Roma and Brighton that I wasn't best pleased with. So I was in the thought space of, let's replace a striker. Daniel Marlon was the person that I was wanting to get rid of. I was looking at Arthur Cabral. I don't know how to say it, from Fiorentina. He's still there. He's only worth about the same as Daniel Marlon, but a much better out-and-out striker. Daniel Marlon's actually been really good though in this season, since then basically. So in January, so it would have been somewhere around these games that I did offer him out. He's then got 5 goals and 2 assists out of his 15. So 7 of his 15 goal involvements have come since I offered him out. Anyway, but we're starting to get much more good, solid contributions around the park. 8 goals for Eklenkamp, Marlon, Elise, I said. And Buemo's going to finish with 7. 6 for Damsgaard and Kamada. Assists, Kamada up the top. then Elise Marlin up there, as well as Cherky, who's being... He's starting to look really good, isn't he? He really is. I want to play him more. That's why I'm making a move and playing Damesguard as a Mazzala and training him as a Mazzala as well. We'll see how it goes, I guess. That brings us to today's game, a trip away to the Molineux, our old stomping ground from FIFA 22, a 40-odd episode series, which was very intense, ending in a Champions League, I think. Anyway, go back and watch it. FIFA seems to have, fallen off a little bit, but go watch it. Why not? I mean, it's very much the start of my YouTubing career. But why not go? Anyway, the lineup we're going to go with today, as you can see on the screen here, is Lafont in goals, and Ndika and Aya as the pairing at the back. Right back Vereslev, left back Hickey. Norgard is the half back with Eckenkamp and Kamada ahead of him. Elise on the right, Cherky on the left, and Tony up front. We're actually just about fully fit. It's crazy. I mean, I'm gonna put Ben Godfrey on the bench there. But the only injury, obviously, Mbuemo, the only person missing out, him, Sorensen, and Karnasaki, which actually I'll put Sorensen on for Pinnock, because Pinnock is no longer upset with his lack of game time or wanting a contract or anything, because he's got a move. He's going to Mexican club, America, at the end of the season, so he's not a problem anymore. Don't have to think about him. That's the lineup we're going with, hoping for a good performance today. We did play very well, I think it was just about a week ago now, against United. This is a very weird fixture that it's so late. It's not like on a weekend, it's on a Tuesday, and then there's an international break. Anyway, let's head through. I just... Stop making me look bad, you pricks. Anyway, I'm just wanting a continuation of the form we've shown, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm doing something shady, doing something stupid, but we have genuinely been sensational for the last 3 games. I should, I guess, address that usually on a Saturday, I wouldn't be releasing this video. Oh, sorry, I just skipped right through that. Anyway, because I'm just in the mode of just getting through it. Usually on a Saturday, it'd be like a one-off video. I think I'm going to change that, because it's I work full-time, so I leave the house before, around about 7 o'clock. I get back nearly 6 o'clock. So there's 11 hours in the middle of my day. It's really hard to then get through the amount of Football Manager during the week. So I think we're going to do the 2 weekend uploads. So it'll still be 4 videos a week. I think it'll be this series or whatever series then replaces it whenever we win a Champions League. It'll be this series on Saturday, Sunday, and maybe Thursday, and then the Tuesday video will be the whatever it is, I guess, the one-off video, the rebuilding challenge, the whatever. Can something happen? My goodness. We've just been sensational for a couple of weeks, and now we're just having a bore draw. Jeebus. Just had 7 goals in the last game against United. Bloody hell. Fornals with a free kick. Here we go. Long-range free kick. Good save from Alban Lafont, who has been in a bit better form of late. Good save there, out for a corner. Man, I am starting to absolutely sweat with this, the light right in front of it. Anyway, Alban Lafont then comes and gathers the corner. Love to see it. I should say also, with the one-off videos, so the Tuesday videos, give me suggestions. If you want to see more wheel rebuilds, if you want to see, I don't know, if you want to see me talk about football, that's going to be something that does come. I think I'll start probably with, teams of the season type, that sort of thing. I've got setups for it. I'm ready. Keen. I'm excited. Let me know what you want to hear me talk about, because that's the point of this channel, I guess. It's what's happened. All the possession. Very, very short pass map. I've been thinking too much about the pass map. It's nice to look at, especially when it looks good. But I think I've been taking it too much into my thinking as how we improve as a team, which, scoring is one, and then not conceding is the next one. So that's how you improve. So I think that's what we need to sort of more focus on, rather than just this pass map, which, if you look at it, looks pretty gross, because those are our 2 centre backs very, very far apart, and then our 2, our wing backs and our inverted forwards are very close. Anyway, it doesn't always turn out like that, but I guess because we are dominating possessions so much. They look like they're very close, but I don't know. Couldn't tell you. It doesn't always look like that. What's happened? This is stupid. This is stupid. Nothing's happening. We're going to have to make changes, and it's going to be like Damsgaard's going to come on. That was meant to... It's probably about as exciting as it gets, maybe. Shirky, who I've been talking up, needs to come off for Damsgaard. We'll bring on Nico Williams for Ruislev. And that'll do for now. We'll see how that goes, maybe. Yeah, that'll do for now. We'll see what happens. How's... Oh, here we go. There's 7 goals last game. Ridiculous. By this point, there was 6. What are you doing? Kamada forward for Damsgaard. Damsgaard looks for Tony, but tries too much of a killer pass. Gets intercepted. Semedo now bringing it the other way. Has Fabio Silva inside him. Fabio out on the right-hand side for some reason. Semedo will cross for Evan Ferguson and he'll score. No, okay, he passes back to Nathan Collins. Now Semedo crosses, headed away by Christopher Ayer. Elise brings it out to Eklund Camp, who's tackled by 8 Nuri. 8 Nuri edge of the box. Saved easily. Okay, well, that was a lot of build-up for not much. Can someone do... Like, someone punch someone or something? Let's just... Elise with a free kick. Here we go. Lobs it into the box. Norgard cannot get anywhere near that. What is that name? Oh my goodness. That fella tries to bring it out. Never going to win that. Collins lobs it forward for Semedo. This might be the Evan Ferguson moment. No. Okay, well... Come on, man. Come on. What are we doing? Alright. We'll hit it with a pause. I know I only just made subs, but I'm going to take... yeah, we're going to take Hamada off for Jensen because he actually has been very good of late. Still selling him. Is what it is. Oh, it's still not renewing his contract. We'll just do those 2. We've still got one more sub and one more stoppage to do that to sub in the next sort of 10 minutes or so. We'll see how we get on. Look, I kind of love a point away from home. A lot of the, questions in press conferences and stuff end up being, on home fixtures. It's that we've turned our stadium into a bit of a fortress. Away from home, it's way so bad away from home. So, look, a point wouldn't be bad, I suppose. I'd like some action, though. All right, 78 minutes in. Let's hit them with an encourage. Let's go for it a bit, mate. Let's go with that one and that one. Let's not play out of the back. Let's bloody do things. Distribute quickly, over the top. Why not? Yes, confirm the dang changes. I wouldn't have made them if I didn't want you to make that. One last sub. We do have like a Daniel Marlin on the bench, but then Aaron Hickey maybe is struggling the most. Yeah, let's go with Daniel Marlin for Ivan Toney just because. Oh, why not? Pump fists, pump fists. Go out there and grab that goddamn goal, Daniel. If you want to stay at this club, you'll score. That's probably a bit extreme. He's got 10 minutes to do something in a match that really has produced very little, and you've just been sat there listening to me jabber on about nothing because there's been nothing to talk about. Our pass map looks decent. Evan and Dika probably tired because that's a lot of passing. Oh my god, is this real? Have we really... I think this might be the most uneventful match I've played in this series. Like, in a video, out of a video, nothing's happened. It's a ball draw away from home. Like, I'll take it, I guess. Alright, well, a ball draw it is. I mean, I'll take it, I guess. It's worse than losing when we were the better team or anything like that. We're very much looking like we're clear of any relegation battle. We're in 10th. We're doing decent. We've got 8 games left to do something. You'll come back for the last game, which is here against Newcastle. Last game of the season. Xavi Simmons is unregistered. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. 2 seconds. I popped myself in the middle of the screen so you can see both sides. Xavi Simmons is unregistered. Is he that bad? Oh, he isn't very good, is he? I mean, he's 22, but I mean, he isn't that good, is he? It says he... Why would he be that good? He doesn't... I don't believe that. I'm not going to believe that he's the same Can we compare? This is an absolute tangent. Comparing with Camp, he's quicker, not as good attacking, not as good physically, mentally, aerially, better technically, apparently. Anyway, alright, that was a tangent. Moving on. Anyway, that'll wrap up today's video, guys. Make sure you do leave us that like down below, subscribe if you're new around here, comment what you thought of the video, where you think we should head from here. Should we leave at the end of the season? Should we spend absolutely every penny we get in a budget? Should we start crying? I don't know. Let me know what you think. And until next time, when we go again, hopefully continuing on a decent run of form. Peace.